Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to break down this really chilling ghost story, all about a road trip that just goes completely off the rails. And it all kicks off with a really simple but kind of creepy question. So let's just dive right in. The story throws this question at you right from the get-go, and wow, it immediately sets this dark, foreboding tone. I mean, it really taps into that classic fear, right? What if something totally normal, something you do all the time, like grabbing a cup of tea, could lead to, well, absolute disaster? Okay, so the story starts off in a place that feels pretty familiar to all of us. You know, that classic end of school vibe, that feeling of freedom, of pure excitement. It's just the perfect setup for a big adventure. So, get this, we're introduced to a big group, 18 friends, all fresh out of high school. Apparently, they've been this super tight-knit group since they were kids, and this trip, this is their one last big hurrah together before college sends them all in different directions. And their plan? It's a classic, a road trip to Goa. They've even hired a whole bus for themselves. And the journey is pretty much exactly what you'd imagine, right? Loud music, lots of jokes and games, and just that pure, awesome feeling of freedom on the open road. Okay, so even though there are 18 people, the story really zooms in on three key players. First, you've got Tanmay. He's kind of the main organizer of the whole thing. Then there's Tanvi, his super supportive best friend. And finally, Deepti, who's the group's passionate photographer. And let me tell you, her camera is about to become very important. And miss, this is where the story just takes a complete U-turn. A simple little stop for a late-night snack is about to change absolutely everything. The whole vibe of the trip is going to shift from, fun and joyful to genuinely terrifying. So here's the play-by-play. The group stops for dinner around 10 p.m., but Tanmai's feeling a bit of motion sickness, so he decides to skip it. Bad move. Hours later, we're talking well past midnight now, he is starving. It's unbearable. And then, at 2:15 in the morning, almost like a mirage on this pitch-black, empty highway, a beautifully lit restaurant just appears out of nowhere. I mean, you've got to put yourself in their shoes, right? It is the middle of the night. They are exhausted. They're hungry. And then suddenly this warm, welcoming place just shows up. It must have seemed like the absolute perfect, safe little oasis to just take a break. All right, and here we go. This is where the story's central mystery really starts to unravel. And it uses a classic horror movie trick, Technology revealing a truth that's completely invisible to the naked eye. So while everyone else is just thrilled to have a hot cup of tea, Deepti, our photographer, sees something else. She sees a really cool, unique photo op. She just wants to capture the memory, But she's about to capture something else, something entirely different. And this is the moment of truth. Deepti snaps the photo, but when she looks down at the camera screen, what she sees is just impossible. That warm, inviting restaurant? Yeah, in her camera, it's a terrifying, crumbling ruin. And that brand new bench her friends are sitting on? Nope, it's a broken, rotted wreck. The two realities just do not match up at all. But here's the most terrifying part. It's the people. The friendly staff she literally just saw with her own eyes, they're gone in the photos. In their place, the receptionist is just a pair of glowing red eyes. The waiter, two glowing white eyes. And the chef, two green eyes just staring out from the darkness. So, what do you even do when you're faced with something so completely impossible? There's no time to think, right? It's pure fight or flight kicking in, and the only thing on their minds is escape. Their reaction is just instant. Deepti, terrified, shows the camera to Tanmay. He, probably not believing it, snaps his own photo just to be sure, and yep, the horror is confirmed. They don't waste a single second. They make up some lame excuse, rush all their friends back onto the bus, and basically just scream at the driver to go, now. But hold on. The story doesn't just end with them escaping that phantom restaurant. No way. This haunting encounter has lasting and very, very real physical consequences for every single person who was there. So once they're a safe distance down the road, they finally show the photos to everyone else. And you can just imagine the scene on that bus, right? First confusion, then disbelief, and then just sheer terror as it dawns on all of them what they just escaped. The entire bus, including the driver, is just stunned into total silence. But the story takes one last really bizarre physical twist. When they finally get home from the trip, every single person who stopped at that restaurant, all 18 students plus the driver, gets violently ill. Not some of them, all 19 of them. The official diagnosis from the doctors: a severe food infection. They were told they must have consumed something, quote, very wrong. But the group, they knew. They knew with this chilling certainty that whatever they drank, it was something far more sinister than just some bad tea. You know, the person who originally told the story leaves us with a really direct and pretty chilling piece of advice. It's a stark warning, really. A reminder that sometimes, you know what? It's just better to keep on driving. And all of this leaves us with the final, really unsettling question. What did they actually encounter on that dark road? Was it just some kind of mass hallucination, maybe brought on by being super tired? Or was it a genuine paranormal event? Maybe something else entirely? The story gives you the evidence, but it kind of leaves it up to you to decide what was really waiting for them on that dark, lonely road.